very good evening and welcome to Remould News. Coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. My name is Chris, and in our headlines this evening, the United States Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, has called for further dialogue with the government of Ghana following high-level talks at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs over the recent imposition of a 10% tariff on import from Ghana and several other countries. There's another story coming up shortly. We'll be right back. Now the news in detail. United States Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, has called for further dialogue with the government of Ghana following high-level talks at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs over the recent imposition of a 10% tariff on imports from Ghana and several other countries. The new tariff policy, said to take effect this week, has sparked concern within Ghana's private sector, with industry experts warning of its potential to negatively impact export and government revenue. This development comes on the back of an earlier U.S. decision to scale back aspects of its USAID support to Ghana, a move President John Dramani Mahama has described as a threat to critical funding inflows. In response, the President has directed the Finance Minister to take urgent steps to address the potential revenue shortfall. Speaking to the media after she engaged with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Monday, April 7th, Ambassador Palmer acknowledged the concerns raised but expressed optimism about the strength of U.S.-Ghana relations.
U.S. Ambassador to Ghana calls for continued dialogue over 10% tariff imposition. MyJoy Online. The United States Ambassador to Ghana, Virginia Palmer, has called for further dialogue with the government of Ghana following high-level talks at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs over the recent imposition of a 10% tariff on imports from Ghana and several other countries. The new tariff policy, set to take effect this week, has sparked concern within Ghana's private sector, with industry experts warning of its potential to negatively impact exports and government revenue. This development comes on the back of an earlier U.S. decision to scale back aspects of its USAID support to Ghana, a move President John Dramani Mahama has described as a threat to critical funding inflows. In response, the President has directed the Finance Minister to take urgent steps to address the potential revenue shortfall. Speaking to the media after she engaged with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Monday, April 7, Ambassador Palmer acknowledged the concerns raised but expressed optimism about the strength of U.S.-Ghana relations. She reiterated the need for continued engagement to explore mutually beneficial solutions. When asked what the new tariffs could mean for the future of U.S.-Ghana relations, she responded, "Well, I hope Ghana will get some benefits vis-a-vis its competitors, but we'll dig in and continue to talk."
All right. So
read also.us star.
So now moving on to other stories here. Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Professor John Nana Opoku-Agyeman, has commented taking a break following medical advice from her doctor. The announcement of her medical break comes after reports of her recent illness, which led to her traveling abroad for further treatment after visiting the University of Ghana Medical Center in Accra. Moving on, Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono has submitted her preliminary response to President John Mahama following petition seeking her removal from office. This development comes a window granted to her to respond to the petition's elapses today, Monday, April 7. The petitions were received by the President earlier last month and have triggered national attention, prompting legal and constitutional debate on the appropriate procedure for handling such matters. Justice Tokono, in a letter addressed to the President last week, had requested copies of the petitions and asked for at least 7 days to respond in line with the requirement of due process and fairness. The submission marks a significant milestone in the unfolding constitutional process that could determine whether a committee will be established to investigate the allegations against the Chief Justice. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court is set to hear a suit on April 9 filed by Old Tafo MP Vincent Eko Asafua, challenging the legality of the president initiating the removal process without first notifying the Chief Justice. The law that surrounds the removal of the Chief Justice is enshrined in Article 146 of the Constitution. Now, moving away from that story, former Dominic Kwabena Member of Parliament Sarah Adwoa-Safo has honored her invitation to appear before the New Patriotic Party, the NPP, Disciplinary Committee. In a show of solidarity, she was accompanied by a large group of supporters to the NPP headquarters at the Slum Down in Accra on Monday, April 7. The supporters arrived at the party headquarters even before the former Member of Parliament, despite initial reports suggesting the NPP leadership had rescheduled the sitting. Adwoa-Safo confirmed that she was unaware of any such changes.
Confirm for us that your presence here at the party headquarters is for the disciplinary committee hearing.
Yes, exactly. I'm here because of that. I received a letter yesterday on my way from the gym, which I assume was a weekend. Legally, weekends and public holidays are not days properly so-called to serve someone any official notice. But I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm a lawyer of 23 years standing, and I know what is proper. So when I received the letter, no, it's just 1 day notice. I'm here to appear before the disciplinary committee. So I'm going up, and when I'm done, probably we'll know again.
Oh, meaning you've not met anybody yet?
I just got in.
Haven't you heard of information that that meeting has been suspended?
I haven't been personally served. You know, when you set a precedent, which is that you serve me to appear personally, which was yesterday, I haven't seen anything with my security guard as they did yesterday that tells me that anything is being postponed.
But for clarity, you may have heard, but officially you've not been notified of it.
I haven't heard. I got it yesterday, and I've been with my colleagues, lawyers in my law firm, trying to prepare to be here. So whatever you're talking about, I think that that I should have been served personally, and I haven't received any such notice. That's why I'm here.
Like you said, when you climb upstairs and there's nobody there, what are you going to do? Are you going to bounce back?
Let's not preempt. But it's rather a premature question. It's moot at the moment. Let me get upstairs, see whether the committee members are there. If there's any other party official here to talk to me, if there's been a postponement or whatever, I don't know. But I've been summoned to appear.
Something that this process is selective and also an attempt to gag you.
Let me go upstairs, and then when I'm done, I'll come back and talk.
Thank you very much.
So that was the former Member of Parliament for Dom Kwamenya constituency, Sarah Safo. Now moving on, a Nigerian businessman identified as Ben Peters has been arrested for allegedly blocking the entrance of the Aurora apartment at Kanda, located just 800 meters from the Jubilee House. Mr. Peters, who is currently in police custody, was apprehended during a joint operation by the National Security Operatives, the police and the military. The Deputy Director of Operation at the Presidency, Mustafa Bande, confirmed the incident to the media.
Nigerian businessman arrested near Jubilee House. Audio. A Nigerian businessman identified as Ben Peters has been arrested for allegedly blocking the entrance of Aurora Apartments at Kanda, located just 800 meters from the Jubilee House. Mr. Peters, who is currently in police custody, was apprehended on Monday during a joint operation by national security operatives, the police, and the military. The Deputy Director of Operations at the Presidency, Mustafa Gaband, confirmed the incident during an interview on Asempa FM's Ekasi Isen program. He revealed that the operation followed a distress call indicating that Peters had taken control of the entrance to the apartment complex with about 40 heavily armed men, leaving residents unable to enter or exit. The apartment is just about 800 meters from the Jubilee House. They blocked the place such that no individual could go in or come out. They were dressed like national security operatives, but our checks revealed they were not, Mr. Gabon stated. He said the team had to call for reinforcements after Peters allegedly threatened to shoot anyone who approached. He told us he owns about 8 apartments but was given only 1 key. He demanded more keys, and when management told him the keys were being made in Israel, he got alarmed and decided to block the entrance, he explained. Security forces eventually overpowered the armed men, entered the apartment, and arrested Peters. Nobody can come into our country and hold our people to ransom. This act is illegal and unacceptable. Such conduct would not be tolerated in Nigeria and certainly not here, Mr. Gabon stressed. Also read, tags.
Construction on section of the Tema-Aflau Highway has resumed after a break of approximately 15 months, following an appeal by the Minister of Roads and Highways, Kwame Governs Agboja, for contractors to return to the site. BH-Men International Construction, the contractor responsible for the 17-kilometer stretch, returned to the site on Monday, April 7, 2025, to continue work on the project, which runs from Tema roundabout to the Central University campuses at Miochio. The project has been suspended in December 2022 due to funding constraints. Speaking on behalf of the company, Client Relations Manager Wisdom Adonu called on the government to reinstate the $105 million loan facility required to complete the project within the revised 18 months. The ongoing work begins on kilometer east of the Tema Express Road roundabout, passing through areas such as Dawenya, and terminates about 3 kilometers east of the Central University intersection. You're still listening to Remould News at 6. We'll be right back with more stories. Stay with us. Welcome back. Sam Pale, the former Ghanaian High Commissioner to India and a prominent member of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has passed away. His death, which occurred on Sunday at the Kolibo Teaching Hospital, has deeply saddened the political and diplomatic community. While the exact cause of his sudden demise is yet to be confirmed, The news has been met with an outpouring of grief from various political figures. The Speaker of Parliament, Albert Bagbin, was among the first to express condolences, describing Yale as a brother and a friend. In a heartfelt tribute shared on social media, Bagbin highlighted Yale's significant contribution to the NDC, particularly his role as president of the NDC Professional Forum. Yale's career spanned both legal and diplomatic fields. A seasoned lawyer, he also served as Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the National Pensions Regulatory Authority before being appointed Ghana's ambassador to India in 2014 by President John Mahama. On this note, we end Remould News at 6. My name is Chris, and have a very good evening.